Showtime. Do I have a way to open these boxes? Oh no. Where's my opener? Found it! Also had to spend some time searching, but I did find all my sleeves, so we have our Speed Duel sleeves ready to go. Go ahead and... Here we go. Make an opening there. Perfect. Go ahead and at least prep to open all three, but we'll go in depth as usual into one of the boxes, and then we'll kind of just cover all the secret rares from the other boxes, as well as just kind of some like key reprints or skill cards to take advantage of. There we go. All right, in typical fashion, we'll start right to left. So we'll start with box number 1 right here. Oh. Nice. What else is in this box? Is this just like a... This part of the box? Oh. This comes out. There we go. I was gonna say there's another like piece in the bottom, but now we can finally open up the entire box. Woo! So there's 4 decks in this set, Midterm Destruction. We've got the, I think it says all 4 of them. Yeah, Jaden Yuki with his Neo Space deck. A couple skills around that. Sartorius with Arcana Force. Tyranno Hasselberry with Dinosaurs. And Jim Crocodile Cook with Fossils. There we go. There's usually an indent to open these. Let me find that. What up, Jason? Just in time as we start going through the cards already. I think this is the Neo Space. Okay, yeah, it's the Neo Space and Dinosaur deck. And probably a couple miscellaneous cards they usually reprint in these sets. Elemental Hero Neos. Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Nice way to just copy Neos' name. Card Trooper. That's a good one. Cross Porter. Good reprint. Nice way to just search out some of your Neospatians. Dandelion. So Speed Duels has a separate ban list. So this card is sent to the graveyard by summon 2 fluff tokens. It's pretty cool. Dandelion being a reprint is kind of interesting to see. Still a cool card. Cool card though. Neospatian Air Hummingbird. Neospatian Aquadolphin. Neospatian Dark Panther. Neospatian Glowmoss. Neospatian Granmole. A lot of the Neospatians will just be 1-ups for the deck, except for like Granmole, because it has the best application. Air Hummingbird lets you gain life points for each card in your opponent's hand. Aquadolphin has some nice hand rips. That's probably why you've seen it a lot with Neospace Connector back when Isolde was still legal in the TCG. That was a nice little hand rip combo there. Neospatian Dark Panther, just for targeting those effects. Neospatian Glowmoss for some interesting draw. Well, your opponent draws the card, which is kind of interesting. I think the fusion form lets you draw the card, which is nice. And then Granmole for that, just being able to return monsters back to hand. Neo Space, just so they don't go back to the extra deck during the end phase. And they also get a nice 500 attack boost. Generation Next. Add to your hand or special summon Elemental Hero Monster, Karibo, or Neospatian from deck or graveyard. With attack less than or equal to the difference in life points. That's pretty cool. Oh, Oversoul for that revival of normal monsters. Contact Gate. Banish 2 Neospatians from the graveyard to special summon 2 different named Neospatians from hand, deck, or graveyard. Again, just a nice way to get out some of those Neospatians. Convert Contact. Send 2 Neospatians, 1 from hand, 1 from deck to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. Just a nice sort of archetypal Pot of Greed. Ian Shuffle. This is one of the newer ones, but still pretty nice. To a hero Neospatian monster you control into the deck. Special summon an elemental hero Neospatian monster with a different name from deck. Banish this card from graveyard. Shuffle into the graveyard. Either an elemental hero monster or a Neospatian monster, or one Neo, so then draw one card. Galaxy Cyclone, just for that spell and trap removal. Next, so this is kind of the sequel to Next, but a little bit better. There's summon any number of monsters with different names from hand and or graveyard that are all Neospatians and or elemental hero Neos. Negate their effects. And get locked into fusion. So this just helps set up for those Neospatian fusions. Hero Blast. Limit Reverse. Aqua Neos, being able to destroy a random card in your opponent's hand. Glow Neos, so this is the one that lets once per turn during the end phase, return this card. Once per turn during the main phase 1, target a face of monster opponent controls, destroy that target. Applies effect based on that type. Monster's card cannot attack this turn. This card can attack directly. Trap card, this changes card to defense position. That's cool. Dark Neos, again, to negate and target effects. Gray Neos for that bounce back. Storm Neos, which is pretty cool. A lot of the triple fusions have like floating when they leave the field. Storm Neos just shuffles all cards down to the field into the deck. Brave Neos, this one doesn't go back to the deck. This one's from like Savage Strike, I want to say originally. Still pretty cool. It also searches out spells and traps that mention Elemental Hero Neos. Got the Dinosaur deck. Ultimate Tyranno. Sauropod, Brachion. Sabersaurus, and Endormed Archosaur for those fossils. I believe it's evolution pills, actually, that it searches out. Baby Sarasaurus, just to get material from deck. Tyranno Infinity. Especially nice you're banishing all those dinosaurs. I used to run that. Just empty out your graveyard as much as you can, and then just normal summon Tyranno Infinity. Destroyosaurus for the Jurassic World. Dynabase. Nice Battles of Legends card for that fusion. I think this one, yeah, does piercing damage. Gilosaurus for that special summon. Fossil Dig, Evolution Pills, Transcendence, Typhoon. Ooh, Paleozoic, not bad. Dynatank. Okay, here's some of the generic stuff. I think Dynatank redirects like targeting effects and also floats into a dinosaur. Level 10 white, some more Cyberdark stuff. Prisma, very nice. Moki Mokis, Miracle Fusion, very good to have that finally. White Veil, Survival's End, Moki Moki King, and Elemental Hero Wild Edge. So again, just kind of references to other past Speed Duel sets, but also introducing some more cards for Speed Duels. Think about the idea of Yu-Gi-Oh! Doing something like Elite Trainer boxes from Pokemon. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I think you could do it based around like duelists or based around like certain decks. I know they've done like duelist packs in the past before, but you can probably do some cool promo cards with that. And then just put in a few good reprints into some of those like Elite Trainer boxes, but I guess Elite Duelist box. I could see that being cool. And you can kind of do like rarity collection. You can throw in some of those obscure rarities into there. I think that'd be a good idea, Jason. I think you're onto something here. Ah, the Arcana Force deck. This thing is terrifying. This is why all Arcana Force support needs to be carefully made, because if you turbo this thing out, it just... Flip a coin if summoned. If heads, once per turn during the end phase, send 2 monsters you control the graveyard, skip your opponent's next turn. Tails, once per turn during your opponent's draw phase, add the top card of their graveyard to their hand. Terrifying. Why was this printed? The Fool can't be destroyed by battle, so that's nice. Can't be changed to defense position. Heads, negate your card effects that target this card and destroy them. Tails, negate your opponent's card effects that target this card and destroy them. Arcana Force 1, the Magician. Heads, if a spell card is activated, this card's attack becomes double until the end phase. It's pretty nice. Empress, when your opponent normal summons or sets a monster, special summon an Arcana Force from the hand. Very good. Emperor is just a nice attack boost for that 500. The Lovers, 2 tributes for a tribute summon of Arcana Force. Chariot, when it destroys opponent's monster by battle, special summon that monster to your field. So a nice YuGiOh Guardian. Temperance, also a nice like Karibo discard effect, but heads, half all battle damage you take. The Moon. Heads, once returned to your standby phase, special summon a Moon token. That's the little guy inside there. The Light Ruler. Special summon by sending 3 monsters you control the graveyard. Heads, when this card destroys opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, target 1 card in your graveyard, add to the hand. Tails, when a spell or trap or monster effect that targets this card is activated, quick effect, this card loses exactly 1,000 attack, and you negate the activation and destroy it. Targeting negation, but still pretty nice. Arcana reading, so this is one of the newer ones. Toss a coin, apply the effect if light barriers on the field. Choose the effect instead. Add a card from deck to your hand that has a coin toss effect, except reading. Tails, your opponent adds 1 card from their deck to their hand. Banish this card from the graveyard. Immediately, normal summon 1 Arcana Force monster. Pretty terrifying, but being able to get to light barrier is nice. Then you can just immediately apply the effects and start going. Once per turn during the standby phase, toss a coin. If this results, it's Tails. Following effects are negated until your next standby phase. When you summon an Arcana Force monster, choose which effect to apply without tossing the coin. If your Arcana Force monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, gain life points equal to that destroyed monster's original attack. Cup of Ace, either you draw 2 cards or your opponent draws 2. Found in the Sky. Again, more life point gaining for those fairies. Although you're probably going to invest in stuff like Valhalla, which just lets you special summon the fairy onto the field if you have no monsters that you control. And then some of the Arcana Force stuff, just to kind of with some of their coin tosses, I'd probably just run Divine Wrath, though. That's much better card to just incorporate. But in all honesty, you're probably invest in stuff like Cup of Ace, Light Barrier, and then Valhalla, or like Arcana Reading. But I think that Divine Wrath reprint is nice. They still have a bunch of cards from the anime they could probably print down like a Battle Legend set. And they still have like tarot cards from the Greater Arcana to just incorporate and print on their own. So there is hope for it. Gaia Plate, the Earth Giant. Once returned during standby phase, banish a rock from the graveyard or send this card to the graveyard. Special summon from the hand by banishing 2 rock monsters. Battles an opponent's monster. That monster's attack and defense becomes halved during damage calculation only. That's kind of interesting. It does have a maintenance cost, but being able to just beat over pretty much a good amount of monsters is really nice. Fossil Dyna. Nice little floodgate. Flint Cragger for that fossil fusion. Mega Rock. This is another just like banish a bunch of rock stuff. Becomes super powerful. Shell Knight. More fossil fusion stuff. Weathering Soldier. Same thing. Revival Golem. This is just a nice one that when it gets sent from deck to graveyard, activate one of these effects. So it's not too hard to pull that one off. Just get a free special summon. Big Tusked Mammoth. Monsters opponent controls cannot attack the turn they are summoned. Fossil Tusker. Destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. Burn them for 400. So just normal summonable beatdown card. This card's flip summon. Target a monster opponent controls. Destroy that target. Medusa Worm. Time Stream. This just treats itself as Fossil Fusion, but also goes through some of the fossil cards. Pot of Avarice to shuffle back. Refusion. MST. Very nice. Foolish Burial. Sakuretsu Armor. Release from Stone. Revive some of those banished rock monsters. A Feint Plan. Monsters cannot attack face down monsters this turn. Blasting Fuse. If all zones in this card's column are occupied while this card is set, destroy all cards in this column. Interesting. Spiritual Earth Art. Moving into some of the fossil stuff like Skull-Gios. 1 rock monster, 1 level 7 or higher monster in your opponent's grave. Special summoned by Fossil Fusion. 4 damage calculation. If it battles an opponent's monster, you can switch the current attack and defense of that opponent's monster until the end of the damage step. Attacks the defense position monster, give piercing damage. Fusion summon card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage inflicted to them is doubled. This is basically just a giant OTK. Summon this, start swinging into stuff, you're good to go. Fossil Machine Skull Buggy. Rock monster in the grave, 1 level 4 or lower monster. Destroys an opponent's monster by battle, burn them for 600, banish it from the graveyard to add a monster from deck to hand that mentions Fossil Fusion. Skull Bone, banish it. Gets to attack twice on monsters during each battle phase, banish it from the graveyard to add a Time Stream from deck to hand. Skull Knight. Piercing damage on defense monsters. When it destroys a monster by battle, activate this effect to get to make a second attack in a row. Banish it from the graveyard to target and destroy a monster on the field. And now, these boxes have no... I mean, you could probably do promo packs. I know a lot of ETBs usually have some sort of like shiny promo card or some like particular card you want to pull from that ETB, but I feel like the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, you could do the same like with Speed Duels where it's all the little promo packs. Straight out of Neo Space. If opponent controls a monster, you can special summon Neos from the hand. And you're locked into summoning Neospatian or Neos or Elemental Hero monsters. During the end phase, Fusion Monster controls return to the extra deck, special summon Elemental Hero Neos from your deck. That's really nice. Destructive Fate. During your turn, when you would toss a coin for the effect of a monster or a spell, you may lose half your life points to declare the result. Instead, during the end phase of your third turn, flip this card over. Once per turn for each card type. Okay, that's cool. That's actually kind of nice. That's definitely handy just so you can, if you don't get access to your stuff, you can just pay half your life points and then Cup of Ace, draw 2. Food Chain. Once per turn, apply one of these effects. Destroy a monster or reptile you control. Suppose summon a dinosaur monster whose level is 1 higher from your hand or deck. Tribute summon a dinosaur monster by banishing 2 dinosaur and or reptile monsters from the graveyard instead of tributing. Still treated as a tribute summon. Major in Paleontology. Once per turn, banish a card from your hand face down, then place 1 dig counter on the skill, max 1. Face up Fossil Fusion monster controls destroyed by a card effect. Place a dig counter on the skill, max 1. Once per turn during your main phase, you can remove 1 dig counter from the skill to fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned from any graveyard, except for materials with a specific graveyard requirement listed. This is treated as a fossil fusion, or a fusion summon with fossil fusion. Got a bit confused around there, but it's just a nice way to get that. This is basically, we don't have fossil fusion in Speed Duels yet. This is how you would get to that point. Wise Man Neos, Elemental Hero Neos, and fusion monsters that mention him as material gain the following effect during damage calculation, or before. Discard battles an opponent's monster, burn them equal to half that monster's original attack. Interesting. Magician's Scales. Sounds more like a YuGiOh skill, but okay. Once per duel, tribute an Arcana Force monster to add a normal spell from deck to hand. And you're locked into summoning Arcana Force monsters. Interesting. Dino Brain Immunity. Battle position of dinosaur monsters you control cannot be changed by trap cards or effects. Level 7 or higher dinosaur monsters on the field cannot be targeted by spell cards or effects. It's kind of nice, actually. Dig Site Inspection. Once per turn during your draw phase. Before you draw, excavate the top card of your deck. Place it on the top or bottom of the deck. After you place a second card to the bottom of the deck with the skill, flip this card over. It's kind of nice. An Invitation to the Society. It's a Society of Light skill. If opponent's monster is equipped with White Veil, you can take control of that monster equipped with White Veil. You can only attack with monsters equipped with White Veil the turn you activate White Veil. How many more times can we put White Veil into a skill card? It's a tall order. We actually have a Moki skill. Moki Madness for the Belowski. If all monsters you control are Moki monsters, minimum of 1. Effect monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned. Once per duel, if controlled 2 or more fairy monsters, place 1 Moki continuous spell from your deck. Face up in your spell and trap zone. If you do, destroy 1 monster you control. Once per duel, discard a card to fusion summon a Moki King from extra deck using monsters from hand or field as fusion material. That'd be kind of interesting. Cyberdark Scheme. Once per turn, activate one of these skills. Return 1 face up or face down Cyberdark monster control of the hand. Reveal it if it was face down. If you do, immediately after the skill resolves, normal summon a Cyberdark monster. Once per duel, send a monster in your spell and trap zone equipped to a Cyberdark fusion monster to the graveyard to equip 1 monster opponent controls to that monster. Cyberdark fusion monsters gain attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped by the skill. So you basically just swap out what's equipped to your Cyberdark fusions and just get a nice attack boost. Shouldering a Destiny. This card is activated. Add a Destiny Hero Plasma from deck or graveyard to the hand. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply the following effects. You cannot draw during your draw phase, but each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 1,000 attack for each monster in the graveyard. Cannot be gains 100 attack, for each monster in the graveyards. Can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects and can make a second attack during each battle phase. So this is basically... I'm trying to think of what this... There's like a certain D card that basically does this as well. It's pretty cool. All right. I think it's like D-Force is the one. The promo packs over there. I want to say it's D-Force. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm fairly confident it's something like that. But I do like the just plasma search out, and then as long as you can just make materials, being able to just summon stuff for plasma, that's pretty nice. Jeez. Got all these cardboard pieces out so I can make the boxes a little bit deeper so I can put more stuff in there. Promo packs over here. Whew. A few cards over there. Come on. There we go. Jeez. That stuff was packed in there. It's finally got those boxes empty, though. Very nice. All right. Time for the promo packs. Most important part of the Speed Duel box break. What stuff becomes secret rare? And of course, we'll sleeve those suckers up. All right, starting off, we got Arcana Force EX, the Light Ruler. It's pretty menacing as a Speed Duel secret. Divine Wrath. This is definitely one I wanted as a secret rare. This just looks fantastic. Ultimate Tyranno. Really is ultimate now that it's super shiny. Baby Ceresaurus. Interesting. It's a good reprint right there. Especially when I take advantage of that skill that just destroys dinosaurs to make more, and then Baby Ceresaurus effect activates and you just special summon even more dinosaurs. Another Light Force, or Light Ruler. Another Divine Wrath. It's all going to be the same. Ultimate Tyranno, Baby Ceresaurus. Is it all just... It was the exact same pack. Interesting. Well, let's hope pack number 3 is a little bit different. We got Fossil Dig. Okay, so it is different. We just happen to get a bit of damage there, but that's okay. Happen to get 2 of the same packs, which is kind of cool. Gaia Plate, the Earth Giant. Fossil Dyna, very nice. Pot of Avarice. That's a really good one. All right, let's get these suckers sleeved. Definitely get to work on making some of those Speed Duel deck profiles. I definitely need to return to making those, so we'll do a few more TCG ones in the coming weeks, but we'll get back to Speed Duel content just because that'll be a little bit shorter scale videos. That way everyone's able to just kind of breeze through them and look at the decks, but we'll be able to record a lot of those much faster. And so the one we have later today is probably our biggest one yet that we've recorded. Whew. Very excited about that. But stay tuned at 5 p.m. if you want to see the full-scale Stardust Synchro deck, another collaborative deck profile we're working on. There we go. Everything's sleeved up. Probably start organizing. Yeah, put all these cards together. Definitely nice. We'll start opening up some of these so we can start organizing the decks in question. I definitely like what we got from the promo packs. Very excited. That Divine Wrath is definitely going to come in handy in a few deck profiles. We'll probably do, yeah, pretty much 1 or 2 decks from each duelist. Probably do like an Arcana Force deck focusing around just making the World Turbo, and then one focused a little bit on the Light Ruler. I was kind of hoping they'd print... there are some cards that can help make Light Ruler a lot easier from deck, but I guess we didn't get to see those this time. Hopefully those get printed soon. I believe this was the Arcana Force pile. Put all that stuff there. There we go. Drop the card here. Oops. Skull Knight. Get all of our Fossil Fusion pile. Probably do like one deck based around that. Just kind of the classic hits of all the... making all the Fossil Fusion monsters. Extra cards we'll put over here. We'll start making piles here. Separate one for all the skills. And then the dinosaur. You could probably make one or two pretty decent decks just built around blowing up stuff with some of the skills, or just popping baby Ceratosaurus to get some field presence, and then making some pretty scary Tyranno monsters. Whew. Very nice. Oh, whoops. Forgot about these guys. There we go. All right, very nice. Like I said, we'll get to work on getting all these decks sort of organized and fully fleshed out just so we can start profiling some of these, but very excited to go through some more Speed Duel sets. Hopefully we get to 5D Speed Duel soon. That's going to be a ton of fun for sure. Definitely looking forward to that, but go ahead and put sleeves in this box over here. Might have to get more soon. We've been fully stocked on Speed Duel sleeves for a year. It's kind of wild to think we're actually getting to the bottom of the pile. But we do have a lot of Speed Duel decks we've created over the years, so it kind of makes sense. But in any case, that'll do it for today's live stream. Thank you all for joining in. We'll probably be back next week. Not sure what we'll dive into here. We have some Yu-Gi-Oh! And some Pokemon content to open up, but stay tuned once we get some stuff going. But might also look at ordering a few more booster boxes soon for a few other sets. So if there's a specific TCG or something you want to see open, definitely let us know down below, and we'll try and get to that as best we can. In any case, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you later for the Stardust Synchro deck profile, and if not, we'll